Hey guys, this is Shinx and welcome back to another One Piece Bounty Rush video. So, yep, this is part 2 of the 3-part series on the top 3 attackers, defenders and runners. So, in this video, we'll be talking about the runners obviously, and honestly speaking, it's not a bad option. So, runners, as you guys know, there is mainly, I would say, 2 types of runners. So, the first type will be the, actually I would say maybe 3 types of runners. So first type will be the runners that will just focus on the capping the flag, and their abilities really help them capture the flag. Then part 2, the second category will be runners that obviously they do runners, they do capture the flag, plus they also help support the team. So characters such as Chopper, something like that, etc. Then lastly would be the runners that will do damage. So these type of runners, they are mostly they just go for, you just play them not just as a runner but mostly as a DPS also. So I think there's no example that's needed for this type of runners. So okay, the way how I rank this is not just on the, like, how to say, it's like their impact on the game, like how much if played correctly they will do in the game. So first character, I think no doubt this guy is pretty simple. I have to give it to Dofi. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys agree with me, but this guy actually is just a beast. So he excels not just in capping the flag because of his traits, etc. He's also a disruption, plus, like, oh my god, his kit is so good. So okay, first one will be his stats. Stats wise, okay, before boost at 100, he has a very decent stat obviously. Then even with boost, right, he's gonna get a better stat increase, and his skill 2, obviously, you guys know that it does a lot of damage. Then his skill 1 doesn't do damage, but if you actually can stun the opponent somehow, it'll be very nice for you. Then normal attacks wise, he has very decent normal attacks. Like the first hit has a very nice range, like not as OP as like Katakuri, etc., but it is fast and it has a very good range. So when you fight with an opponent, usually you can get the upper hand, something like that, if you use it correctly. Then last hit might not be the best, but it's still pretty decent. Then next will be his skills. So skills wise, okay, wait, medals that I think will excel on him is obviously capture speed medals, along with skill cooldown reduction, because all of his kit is very good. So skill 1 is probably one of the best skill if possible, if not like for escaping. So this skill, what it does is it sends a clone at the spot where you use this skill, and pretty much the clone will just attack at that small area, and whoever it attacks, it will stun. So stun is a guaranteed. There's like no restrictions. Like Luffy is not, there's no characters that nullify stun. So it's a very good delaying tactic. Like if you use it at the point where someone is trying to cap, if you stun it, that's a good 3 seconds of stun, and the stun can help you also follow up with your skill 2. Then mostly is used to run away, because as you drop the clone, right, you'll be lunged forward by quite a lot of distance. So on normal maps, he's probably one of the fastest game in movement. Like his running speed wise, I think Sky Zoro still outspeeds him, but because of this skill, he can reach the midpoint almost faster than anyone else. So yep. Then I think this pretty much 17 seconds cooldown, pretty insane if you can go for skill 1 cooldown reduction. it's just gonna keep popping up very soon. Skill 2, long range area attack, pretty simple. Long range with almost like a one hit KO when you are at 6 star, something like that. Then nullify stagger, speed debuff is a good plus. So this skill also very decent. 35 seconds cooldown, very nice, like honestly speaking. Then traits wise, he doesn't have like perfect stats traits, but most of the traits is very good and supports him as a runner. So he increases cap speed when the treasure gauge is more than 50%, very good. Then when your allies are not near treasure area, increase treasure gauge amount. Very nice, because let's say if a lot of people is running attacker, defender, it takes forever for them to cap the flag, while you can just go and cap another flag. Pretty insane. And skill 1 boosts speed by 10%, very nice. Then the trait where he resists hit is nice, but against like multi-hit attacks such as the time skip Luffy's Grizzly Magnum, it doesn't really work that well. So it's still a plus like for characters like Sabo, etc. Then definitely Wano Zoro's the Tiger Hunt, I think skill 1, yeah, it's very decent also. Then boost trait is very good too, to help them as a runner also. Then okay, the second character, I think honestly speaking, it's like this second and third is actually not too far off, like, but they just do different things. So I think second place I have to give it to still Sky Zoro. So as you guys know, Sky Zoro has been out for quite some time, but I think honestly speaking, he's still one of the best characters in the game. Like, obviously you cannot do so much 1v1, but like he's a hit and run unit. What you want to do is, if you see a fight that what you can do is, obviously you can try to bait that opponent, etc. And both of his skills have relatively decent cooldown. His normal attack is also very good. So if used correctly as a support, like as a backline character, like there's a front line in front of you, you can dish out a lot of damage. And this guy has one of the fastest running speed, and capturing is not that bad, but if you can give him capture medals, he's gonna be a very decent runner. Like, I'll say that prioritize on the damage, because he is an absolute beast when it comes to damage. So yep, stats wise, obviously because he was a very old character, his stats is not the best, but the boost traits will, with the boost system, is gonna increase his stats by quite a bit. Then yep, then medals that I say to go for obviously will be the skill cooldown medals, because like he don't have a lot of runner abilities, skills such as the Dofi. He can go across the enemy and go and capture flag. He's just a plain, I'll say, a damage runner. So I think it's better to go for skill cooldown reductions. Then skill 1, very good. If you can learn how to use it, often at times is a one-shot ability, and 53 seconds is okay. Like it's just an average speed for a one-shot skill. But skill 2 is very good. Like skill 2, if you go for skill cooldown reduction, it can come up pretty often, and this skill often, because it's 368, I think with the boost system and the medals, you can often do more than roughly about 60 to 70% of the opponent's HP, which is very nice also. Then I think this guy is like a second or third place, honestly speaking, because there's no insane runners that got released besides of Dofi. So this guy is still really good. Then traits wise, he doesn't have a perfect traits also. Like traits such as the boost speed when respawn is not too bad. Like it's definitely not too bad trying to come back to the flag. But traits such as when strength is less than 30%, boost capture speed by 50%, this is not really something you can rely on. So yeah, honestly speaking, it's like currently the meta is a lot of one hit meta, so getting yourself to 30% HP and it is not that easy. So yep. Then generally speaking, when using skill 2 reduce skill 1 cooldown by 15% is very nice. Then also in area of capture treasure, increase damage dealt by 30%. It's pretty nice to help him in increasing his damages. Then yep, just overall a very good character if played right. Like often I think a lot of Sky Zoros, what they do is once they attack an opponent, when they perfect dodge it, they'll just back off and then continue shooting. Like I think it's nice because, but what opponents can do is once they do that, right, they can just use that chance to just move forward to you even more and continue attacking you. So with Sky Zoro, it's quite tricky to find the right playstyle to play with him. So yep. Then next character, honestly speaking, this character, he's kind of a drop off, but he's still actually a beast. Like, oh my god, this guy is so good. Honestly speaking, I don't know whether to put him at the second place or third place. Like, he's still quite good. Like, oh my god. Then this guy, Law. So Law, he has been out for quite some time, but as a runner, he's still very good. So his normal attacks very strong, but the first hit usually has a very, it's not an insane range or etc. That's like the downside of him. But the last hit is very nice. Like you don't have to rely on his last hit to. You don't have to rely on his first hit. You can like do some normal attacks and because the last hit can auto target, you can just spam that last hit if you are not on rushing time to kill the opponent. So yep. Then stats wise, not too bad either. Like because he is a bit old already. Like his stats is obviously not the best, but it's still pretty decent, and boost trait is gonna help him out quite a bit. Then okay, skill 1. Skill 1. The range is not too bad, but like often at times when you have to use this skill, it's not that easy. Like finding the best thing would be to bait the opponent's dodge, then you perfect dodge it, then you use it, because the opponent most likely will be in range, and or you can catch the opponent off guard. But yeah, but if you can land this skill is very good. Confuse honestly is not the best, but because 3 hits of 2, 4, 3 is gonna do quite a bit of damage, and against blue you can often almost one-shot them. Then okay, skill 2, Shambles. This skill is pretty nice because what this skill do is it swap places with you and opponent, and if you use it right, you can pretty much prevent them from capping, number 1, and number 2 is you can swap it so that you can go and cap more flags. Then the third use of this skill is, a lot of people don't know because they thought that this skill is just they cannot waste this skill, but this skill is also good for reducing opponents' movement speed. So characters such as Sky Zoro, if you can use this skill, you can catch up to them in no time, and yeah, it's gonna help you and your teammates if you can reduce the opponent's movement speed. Then once you reduce opponent's movement speed, right, you can also escape easier. So this skill has 25 seconds cooldown, which is not too bad. Then yep, I think just learning when to use this skill right is not gonna be easy, but once you nail it, it's gonna be good. Then traits wise, he has very nice traits also. So increase damage when in enemy's treasure area, very nice as a combat, because you can tag it with your skill 1 or your normal attacks to do quite a lot of damage. Then when in area of capture treasure, reduce skill 1 cooldown reduction by 50%. Very nice, because skill 1, if you guys don't know, is 39 seconds. So having this trait is gonna help him out a lot. Then when you capture treasure, also reduce skill 1 cooldown reduction. So like a lot of the times when you capture treasure, enemy will be there already. So sometimes you will have the skill 1 up so that you can destroy them. Then lastly, this is the most important one. When strength is more than 70%, boost capture speed by 80%. 50%, my bad. So if you tag it with medal combo, you can increase your cap speed by like times almost 90%, which is very, very, very good. Then just take note that obviously it doesn't work when your HP is less than 70%. So you have to use your skills properly, like whether you want to engage the opponent, whether you want to flank or something like that. So yep. Then I think this kind of concludes the top 3 runners. Obviously the second and third place aren't like in a very stable spot. Honestly speaking, I think if they just release a very excellent runner, one of them will get outclassed. And yeah, they have been at that spot for quite some time already. So yep. Then let me know what you guys feel about these characters. I know there's like a lot of very decent characters, such as like honestly speaking, I think the Perona is very, very good. Then yep, let me know if you think that they are at an okay spot also. Then I realized that the top 3 is actually quite easy to guess. So maybe next time I'll do a top 10 or top 5. So yep, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Do like give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider subscribing for more One Piece Bounty Rush content. Then thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.